Operation Wing Job. Let's see. We're live. Wing Job.
Say the welcome in your cool voice.
I can't, dude.
Oh, sorry. Welcome to the second aPODcalypse.
Which cool voice?
That, I don't know. I'm the worst at impressions.
Oh, welcome to the second aPODcalypse. That one?
Yeah.
Sounds like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I guess
In The
so.
Mask.
I haven't seen The Mask.
Really?
Yeah, isn't it PG-13?
Yeah.
I can't see PG-13 movies.
True. How many of these do I take? 8?
You could. No, just take between 1 and 4.
Do you take 4 usually?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Same.
For reference, I made some reishi mushroom pills, and they're the most ground, hot water extracted reishi. Just for anyone who wants to know, is the worst material to try to squish into a pill. It's like trying to grind a sponge in a coffee grinder, and then trying to just shove, like, I don't know, dust. No, dust would go in there good. It just doesn't work very well, so
Yeah.
they only have 250 milligrams of reishi in there, so that's why you have to take 4.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
That's all good. And also, for the record, for Twitch, they're not hallucinogenic or illegal. They're just from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Druid? Yes, baby Mo Angus is doing better. He's happy. He's gained weight. He no longer has a fever. He's doing good. He's at Grandma's house right now.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope you're doing good.
My first son is doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Twitch, get fucked. These,
Yeah.
these mushrooms are from walking around outside.
Yep.
And dude, it's been dry and hot.
It's been fucked up out there.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking September and October are dry. That's when all the fucking woods catch on fire and stuff around these parts.
around
these parts. What's up, Salt? And man.
Yeah, Druid, I made this actually.
Yeah, isn't that fucking dope? It's a Nimbricani chainmail.
Oh fuck, is that who you are? Who are you this week?
Fuck, what am I? I'm a, fierce and famished countenance.
Ooh. I'm a tributary Nimbricani chieftain.
Nice. Is that from the Pleasure Barge or whatever?
No, that's Saraway's dad.
Oh, yeah.
This took me, I don't know, maybe like 20 hours or something. I had to redo a bunch to make the curved parts because I didn't know how to do it. I was figuring it out while I was doing it. So you could do it faster, but if you like repetitive tasks, chainmail is a pretty cool way to go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Druid says, today I'm a stuffed fried shrimp roasting on a pyre.
Yum.
Nice. Dude, what if you made like a turducken?
No.
I've never seen one IRL, but...
What is it?
It's a turkey stuffed with a duck, stuffed with a chicken or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's 3 birds in one.
That's fucked up.
A raku stuffed with bash rags, stuffed with shrimp.
Ooh.
You got the 3 layers.
Yeah. We can make a quiche.
Quiche arum, dude.
Oh! We're on a sick one tonight.
Oh, hey,
For the finale. What's up?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
The majestic grandees.
Nice. I know, this is the chapter where they all leave.
Oh, I want to make a huge apology for last episode. I said that Kami and Esmonette get back together immediately.
Oh.
And I started reading The Warrior Prophet,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm 2 chapters in and they haven't gotten back together yet.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've gone like a couple different towns over, so maybe it's not get back together immediately.
Yeah, I remember being very relieved whenever they did, though.
For sure.
And they had weird drunken sex in the mud.
Oh, also, I met up with our friend Sam this weekend, and apparently I made eye contact with him, and then, like, as he was driving up, I stared right at him, and he, like, nodded or something, or waved, and then he got out of the car and came around, and I was, like, I was probably looking for mushrooms, I think, and he said hi, and it scared me, and he was like, what the fuck? I thought you just noticed me, and I was like, I don't remember that. So, I have a real life experience like a commie and just not looking at my mom.
Yeah. Just completely spacing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So all my issues are resolved.
They're
from last chapter.
They're resolved.
Mm-hmm.
I resolve you of your sins.
Thanks.
My son. My mom just texted me and said, "Doing okay?" ?
Oh.
I have a newfound love and admiration for my mom. Yeah. Well,
I'm happy to hear that.
Shall we read the first thing?
Yeah.
You want me to read it?
Go for it.
All right. So, chapter 19 in Momum. This is from the Compendium of the First Holy War. It says, even though the skin spies were exposed relatively early in the course of the Holy War, most believed the Kisharim rather than the consul to be responsible. This is the problem of all great revelations. Their significance so often exceeds the frame of our comprehension. We understand only after, and always after, not simply when it is too late, but precisely because it is too late. I don't understand that at all.
Oh, I really dig this a lot. The last sentence, I guess last two sentences, I felt it on like a personal, emotional level for some reason, even though I can't think of like an example of me fucking something up and only finding out it was too late later, but I don't know, I just felt it. I felt his vibe. I picture like, you ever throw a ball to somebody or at somebody and you don't realize until it's midair that it's like going to go horribly wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I don't know.
Your pants fall down.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, like you hit your sister in the face with it. Or like, yeah, you are about to do something that you think is funny and then like right as it's happening, you're like, that wasn't
Bad
cool.
idea.
Yeah. That's, I kind of felt that. But the sentence that I like the most is, this is the problem of all great revelations. Their significance so often exceeds the frame of our comprehension. I think that maybe, like, a lot of prophets, we don't even still, like, their words, our ideas exceed our frame of comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
I like Joseph Campbell, the Hero's Journey guy, a lot, and he has this interview series called The Power of Myth, and he talks about this quote from Jesus that it's like, drink from my cup and you will be like me. Mm-hmm. And to him, that's like, we can all be godly, whatever, and he fully believes that, but I'd never heard that from, like I said, I mean, like I have said, I don't have a Christian background, but I've never heard that before, and I feel like that's not the emphasis of any religion. Well, Buddhism, actually, but other religions is like, you will never be like the God or the prophet. Yeah. The savior. Like, you're a sinful grub. Right. But, I don't know. I've thought of that idea being really profound, and also that we might decide on the meaning of things and just limit ourselves to whatever we figured out. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The tradition of meaning is like passed down. I don't know. I think we need like some people to tear down the walls of interpretation every once in a while and try to get a different spin on it. Right. That's great. I sound like a hippie? No. Okay. It's okay. Do you want to sound like a hippie? No, I want to be understandable. You're understandable. Okay.
Plus Madness, reiterate. I think The Hero with 1,000 Faces, is that Joseph Campbell?
Yeah, that's his most famous book. Oh, okay.
I've never read any of him.
It's dope, man. He talks about comparative mythology, basically just looking at the belief system, like the metaphysical belief systems and rituals of a lot of different cultures. And I don't remember all of them, but there's crazy ones like the I don't even know if I should say some of them, but like weird, rituals in different cultures that seem so absurd to us.
Like fucking a donkey.
Yeah, there's foreskin stuff. There's
Yeah.
cum stuff. There's like no, there's one tribe, and I don't remember where, but they believe that a baby is conceived by a lot of different the cum of like the village, and so the woman mother will bang a bunch of different dudes, and the power of all their cum combines into Captain Planet, basically.
The Ubermensch.
Yeah.
Nietzsche's Ubermensch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the community just takes care, like everybody takes care of everybody's kids because nobody knows who the one, well, is no one father.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I actually really like that.
Just a lot of cream pies going on.
Yeah, beautiful.
We got a cream pie in this chapter too.
We do. This is a good one.
Okay, I feel like I should catch up. I haven't read I haven't read the Glass Bead Game. I think my dad, does that have Magister Ludi in it? Is that, what's that band that made Born to be Wild?
I have no idea.
Herman Hesse. Okay, that was the one I was thinking of,
yeah.
but
I like
the Born to be Wild band is something else. Okay, my dad talks about that a lot, and I've never read it, so I'll have to check it out now that I got someone else's recommendation. No, my dad has good taste, I think. Let us know why why this passage is one of the most important to you in the book, though.
Yeah.
Druid says the monomyth, patterns that show up in different religions, separated by time and continents. Religious or spiritual memes that keep being repeated. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing.
It'd be cool to go through and try to identify that in these books. I'm thinking, well, yeah, probably follow either Kellis or Kamian, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do Esmenet in the second series.
Right.
It's a project for a later time.
I wonder if people, like, I don't really know anything about humanities degrees or, like, English literature degrees. Like, if you got a PhD in literature, could you do that? Like, make your whole shit about... Or does it have to be, like, research about literature itself, not the... literature as a genre or, like, a fucking entity rather than the books?
I think you could do either. Joseph
cool.
Campbell wrote, like, a thesis on James Joyce's Ulysses.
Yeah.
Which is, like, supposed to be one of the densest, like, weirdest, most confusing books ever. I've never tried to read it.
Yeah.
But he wrote a whole book about Ulysses.
Yeah.
And I think he got a degree for it, like I said, like master's or doctorate. So, man, that would be super sick if someone wrote a thesis about these books. And maybe it should be me, because I'm
Yeah, dude.
the first one saying it.
You're an academic Andy.
It's just... so hard. Man, I was using a citation generator this weekend, though.
Got you right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it get you stoked, or did you hate it?
No, it was great, because it just paste in the website, and it does everything for you.
It's fucking awesome.
It's back in my day.
Back in your day, you had to read the manuals.
Yeah, I definitely had to fucking wing that shit together. It's so stupid.
I know. But yeah, the citation machines are cool.
Yeah.
I love a good old-fashioned citation.
You're not going to walk around with a calculator in your pocket every day for the rest of your life.
Right.
Manna says, it's precisely too late. We arrive after our thought. Right. The darkness that comes before. Which is Bakker's assertion, possibly. Everyone check out A Critical Dragon on YouTube.
Okay.
A dragon that's critical?
A critical dragon.
It's right up my alley.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Shout out. Sounds
Yeah.
good. And then Druid says it ties into the themes, the darkness that comes before, and also fits very well into the final scene of the unholy consult, with a judging eye being cast on Kellis only after it's too late. Oh,
Fuck yeah, it does.
What a series. By the way, I've read you elsewhere, Druid. Well met. Excellent.
Making friends.
Hell yeah. Season 1. This is season 1.
Yeah.
Finale.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1.
Yeah.
Excellent. Shall we continue?
Probably.
Okay. The Scylvendi racked her with hunger, his countenance fierce and famished. I would You know where I'm going with this?
No, I just blacked out and then it just seemed funny for some reason. What would you?
I would let Nair take me.
Oh, definitely. But you might have to prepare because there's a passage later about the memory of this thickness between your legs.
Yeah.
Which could be metaphorical or literal.
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Just do your stretches beforehand.
Yeah.
Hermbro says, I don't know if you'd have a choice.
That's true. You'd have no choice. No say in the matter whatsoever. What's up, Herm, by the way? What's happening? People showing out for the finale.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, Nair is boning Sweet Serwa. What do you think about this?
Just like, I don't like it because I don't want to think of our boy as a rapist, even though he's absolutely a rapist and always has been.
Always has been.
But,
murderer, rapist.
But it's like
gaslighter.
Yeah.
Mopey moper.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad, and not just because it like makes our guy look bad, but obviously because he's doing fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But it makes sense as in his character, and I think it might be the last time he gets to bang the real live Serwa.
Really?
Might not be. He might continue having his prize, but this, we get the cuck moment, the great cuck finale.
Yeah.
So
the ultimate cucking.
Yeah. But he definitely gets to get it on with the Skin Spy Serwa, so...
I love that. I freaking love whenever they're banging. It's so cool. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's demented. Oh, B-Rad says, hello there, I hear there's a finale party.
We're trying to party.
We're partying it up, man.
We got some burritos beforehand.
Yeah, we ate some big, giant burritos, and I just ate some pancake bread from Trader Joe's.
That still doesn't sound like a real thing. Pancake bread.
It is real. It's in me.
It sounds like one of those 3 incredible things that Sam made you say. Or something.
Oh, yeah.
You were like, cheese wharf, pancake bread, and butter and apple.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something way funny.
Yeah. What we got here? What's happening? What's happening?
Salt King says, we say finale, but I have a creeping suspicion that all of this has happened before.
And then Manda says, LMAO, Salt King.
Time is a flat circle.
Is that an inside joke?
I don't know. Well, the apocalypse has returned. Or is this the beginning of the apocalypse? That's a question I was wondering, too. Does the apocalypse start right in this chapter where Kamian says it's starting, the second one? Yeah. Or does it start when they activate the No God?
I think it starts now. I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's ultimately, I don't think it matters either. Just kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering how the first one started, basically.
Yeah.
If there was a build up to it, or if they just, like, flipped the switch and...
Yeah, and it was No God rally time.
Yeah. We don't know when we will do more, because there's, like, baby and school responsibilities that definitely take precedence, even though our hearts are in these books, I think. But I had some ideas for like a special episode or two that I haven't mentioned to you yet at all, but I want to continue doing something, so I think we'll be back probably.
Yeah, we definitely will. Yeah, it's not a forever hiatus. It's just my life is wild right now, and I have like limited internal resources, but
he's busy taking care of my first son.
Yeah, but we love it, and we're not done yet.
No,
we gotta finish this fucking chapter.
Well, yeah. How do you feel about your raping server?
I feel fine about it. I mean, I don't feel fine about it, but it just is kind of par for the course.
Right.
I don't love reading Serway and Kellis's interactions. Like, I find it creepy and disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Kellis just gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I feel bad for Serwa.
Yeah.
And I think just similarly to all the women, or many of the women in the stories, I just want Serwa to have a better shot at things,
Mm-hmm.
and to not be like a puppet of the various men in her life. But yeah, it's also a bummer to watch somebody that you like be manipulated.
True. Yeah. It's sad too with her that she kind of dies just as a tool as well. Like,
Yeah.
she lived as like a piece of property of other people, and then, I mean, whether Kellis knew it or not beforehand, well, I guess he probably didn't know he was gonna get circumfixed, but she ends up becoming just like the martyr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also like, well, this is kind of unrelated as it moves along. Whenever Sir was reflecting on how she's pregnant with Kellis's baby,
Mm-hmm.
Proyas' physician, who's a tattooed priest of Ekyengi,
Mm-hmm.
I just like that he's tattooed. Like,
Yeah.
he's got like a sleeve, like tattooed doctor.
I think he's got a nautical star.
Probably. Do you think there are lots of doctors that have tattoos, like are like tatted up? I don't think there's many doctors in the U.S. that are just straight up tatted.
No, probably not. I want to say I saw one in Colorado, but I could have totally made that up.
That'd be chill.
There's other tattooed motherfuckers though. I think the Imperial Sake are tattooed,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe the guards of the Shria are tattooed. Trial Knights.
Yeah.
Obviously, the sex workers get the 2 snakes on the hand.
Right.
And the cool thing about being being a priest of Ake Agni, or Ake Nyoki. Ake Nyoki is...
Acorn Noki.
Yeah. That's the god of disease.
Oh, really?
Illness. Yeah, so I read it in the appendix, or maybe on the wiki, but it's, ironic because the people that want to make you well pray to the god of illness.
Yeah.
I think it's for asking for relief or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Spare me. Makes sense.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
interesting.
don't know. It makes as much sense as there being like a god of good health.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and she says she's like, so the priest is saying something about how she should be grateful or whatever, but
Oh yeah.
Esther was like, "Nuh-uh, the outside has entered the world and chosen me." I thought it was worth noting that, so she thinks the outside had entered the world, had taken her, Serwa, as his lover. So just underlining the his, referring to the outside.
Yeah. Well, who do you think he is?
I mean, obviously, Kellis, but I don't know. Kellis isn't the outside. Or is he?
Well, there's the whole, I don't think he's the whole outside, but there's the whole Ajokli situation
Mm-hmm.
where he is possessed by Ajokli, and so she's banged Ajokli. And she's also banged Nayur, who is possessed by Ajokli, and God of War, I can't remember his name. Shameful.
Shameful.
But
What kind of Baker scholar are you?
yeah.
You'll never... Your thesis will never survive.
It's tragic. I'll just do a PhD with that dissertation. How much mileage can I get out of this stupid joke? Gilgail, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Everyone says, "Come on!" Everybody.
come on.
Gilgit, you fucking idiot.
I need to get that tattooed now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Is the outside... I kind of also pictured it just as being like, since in the outside, you cannot distinguish the screams of agony and the sighs of relief or whatever.
Yeah.
The sighs
I love
of the
that,
save.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dude.
misquoted it, but it's epic as fuck.
It gets so good.
So is she just being fucked by, like, just fucked by hell. Is her whole... That's where I'm trying to go. Is her whole life just being fucked by hell?
Yeah.
In some ways, yes.
A lot of ways, yeah, I'd say so.
Let me catch up on the chats. Some village's ritual.
Yeah, referring to your Moangus is your son, I think.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the add up everybody's cum to make one baby.
Well, yes, I think he's saying that because we were talking about my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that means I'm possessed by a Jokely.
Cum village.
You killed the wolf. I don't remember that reference,
I fucking killed the wolf. Remember whenever Nair kills the wolf? Or like he walks back and Moangus is like, you did good, son.
Oh, yeah.
I killed the wolf.
Right.
I think that's what he's saying.
Freaky health workers.
Yeah.
I definitely know one freaky health worker, but she doesn't have many tattoos.
That's chill though. Well, yeah, I mean there's got like you gotta be fucking insane to be a doctor anyway.
True.
Like you gotta have like a wild does he go to summer school?
Oh, I was thinking more of the seeing like eviscerated bodies aspect
True.
of it.
Very true.
It's like like you've been to war, but you've also been to school for way too long.
Yeah.
Double hell.
Double hell.
Lots of caduceus tattoos in healthcare.
Hell yeah.
3 different types of gods. Cool. This is something I need. Quoted from Madness. I mean, quoting other sources, but sorry, now I just stole your thunder. Both traditions recognize the differences between the compensatory gods, who promise direct reward for worship and devotion, the punitive gods, who secure sacrifices through the threat of suffering, and the more rare bellicose gods, who despise worship as sycophancy and favor those who strive against them.
Oh, what is that from? Is that from the book?
I think so.
I love that.
Because I think I've read it on the wiki.
Bellicose.
Dude.
I feel like there's probably a
That's so
orca
heavy.
whale in captivity named Bellicose.
It's not bellicose. There's a dude in Song of Ice and Fire named Strong Belwas, though.
I love Strong Belwas.
So you really like liver? He's eating a platter of liver.
Yeah, he does. Me and Strong Belwas. He's like with his like short old homie, and they hang out with Khaleesi.
It's like one big and one small.
Yeah. Strong Belwas.
Hell yeah. Yeah, thank you, Madness. The god of disease is a bellicose god.
Oh, sweet. That's fucking awesome. Y'all got the deep lore.
Mm-hmm. So, takes a village.
It takes a village to come in something. Well, let's take a look. Let's see what's happening. Because there's some stuff that comes up that I underline. But yeah, I mean, basically she gets banged by Nair, and then she goes and laments to Kellis, basically.
Yeah.
And they start talking.
Oh, she also has flashback about her origin a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mentions her dad.
Yeah. As a concubine, she heard the Guanum sons.
Yeah.
Guelph.
The Guelph ancestry. The Patti Raja and Ninsafon.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good fucking names. I think it just, to me, illustrates that she was, like, always the sexual possession of another person.
Right.
I think it talks about in a different chapter about her dad molesting her, too. Maybe it was in this one. I just forgot to underline it. But she's definitely jazzed up on Kellis, obviously.
Yeah.
Now she walked with men who conferred with princes, emperors, even gods, which is like kind of literal because of their possession.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she thinks to herself, it's a simple but powerful phrase, I belong to this. We all want to feel like we belong to something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he goes on like the biggest pump-up speech of all time.
Yeah. Like, yeah, he gasses her up. Like, when he says, often when the world denies us over and over, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just dope. Should I read that?
Yeah, read it.
So, Kellis says, often, when the world denies us over and over, when it punishes us as it's punished you, Serwa, it becomes difficult to understand the meaning. All our pleas go unanswered. Our every trust is betrayed. Our hopes are all crushed. It seems we mean nothing to the world, and when we think we mean nothing, we begin to think we are nothing. And then he says, leaning closely, and fucking, she could probably smell his weird Dunyan breath. He says, the absence of understanding is not the same as absence. You mean something, Serba. You are something. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was, everybody knows how we feel about Kellis, so I was begrudging kind of reading this, but I don't know how much he means it or not, because if he is telling the truth, it could be for a whatever purpose, but
right.
It feels so heartfelt and authentic and like therapeutic.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, and Madness just said there's a version of this where Kellis is just telling the truth, ? And yeah, like Nair said, it can't all be manipulation. Yeah, I actually tried. I made an intentional effort to be objective about Kellis in this reading, so I really appreciated it.
Noble of you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that also just that hit home to me because of feeling so shitty about myself at times,
Well, so that's what another thing, and this is right after. So he says, "You mean something, Serwa. You are something. This whole world is steeped in meaning. Everything, even your suffering, has sacred meaning. Even your suffering has a crucial role to play." So, I think. Okay, so here's my question: is the world steeped in meaning? Okay, so the world is steeped in meaning, they say, but is that meaning conditional or is it unconditional? Like, I don't really know exactly how to describe it, but in my own, process of dealing with, nihilism and depression, cynicism and stuff, and, looking for meaning in life or whatever, it's no, it's no one else's job, not even my job, to, find meaning. It's that meaning is what I'm finding. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's meaning because it is, rather than, I don't know, fuck.
So it's like there's inherent meaning in the world versus there's no meaning and you have to create the meaning?
Right. It's kind of it's a duel. It's everything is meaningless and everything is meaningful. It's
yeah.
I mean, I think, I don't know, fucking... It's not some I think therefore I am shit, because that's stupid, but I don't know. I wanted to get your take on that, because I do think the world is steeped in meaning. So on meditation retreat, whenever I'm you haven't talked in a week and you're so bored, but you're all zoned in and sweeping the floor, and as you sweep, you realize that there's no broom and there's no one sweeping and there's no floor to be swept. But it all is it's the whole universe happening right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good or bad, though. That's the trip. It's I feel we think that meaning is tied up in morality, but I don't think it's the case. I think Kellis would agree.
Yeah. I think he would too. I kind of felt like this might have been another thesis moment of Bakker's, although I've probably said that about 10 different things in the book by now.
I don't think so.
But I don't know if he said it, but his brother Brian Bakker definitely said that the series is about the death of meaning, and the no god in Koroi and the consult that's annihilating everything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's sort of the destroying meaning thing.
Yeah.
To my understanding. And so, him saying, through Kellis, the whole world is steeped in meaning, everything has sacred meaning, is the positive, or optimistic, angle, or I don't know, maybe that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the crushing, brutal reality of his own upbringing and existence and life and shit is what he feels is fighting against to destroy the meaning in life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like what you said. I don't feel like I'm smart enough to discuss this very much.
No, that's fine.
Because I do agree and disagree at the same time. Like,
yeah.
it made me think of Camus and absurdism, where he thinks there is no meaning, but we have to accept the absurdity of the world to, like, that's the way you get by.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other, like, nihilists that say, like, we have to create our own meaning, and then there's ones that say there is no meaning to anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like all of them are right to me at different times.
Yeah.
Kind of just my mood.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
Right. Well, let's see. We got some chat. So Madness says from the Warrior Prophet, or what's TGO? I always forget it.
I just blacked out again. What?
TGO.
Oh, The Great Ordeal.
Okay, yeah.
I thought you said CGI, and I was like, where are we?
My bad. A book is never read, or the Aeolus. I think I went over my head.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help me with that one too.
You big brained me, and then we got a first time chatter.
Sorry.
The real trolley bear.
What up, dude?
What's up? And then Madness says Nietzsche and a pro-social take.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. As far as the zero amount of Nietzsche I've read.
Yeah, I've read like a teeny tiny little bit of Nietzsche. Just enough to mention the Ubermensch or whatever. And we're good, trolley bear. The real trolley bear. I'm chilling.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Okay, Madness with the helping hand. There are passages about reading a book and how it programs your soul or whatever. Whatever. Right. The Aeolus makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And as far as this fucking obtuse, confusing ass, soul merging, arcane artifact does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing too I could space out about. It's like an action versus the experience of an action. The meaning could be completely different. Like, you sweeping the floor versus me sweeping the floor could be like completely opposite ends of experiencing existence.
Right. Yeah, I think in like some Buddhist lines of thought, the intention in the mind during the action creates the karma that follows.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if there isn't any real intention and you're just sweeping, then like maybe there's not really so much meaning to be had by it. But if your intention is to like jump into the fucking swirling massive chaos and potential love in the universe, then it's like you vibe a little bit.
Fuck it, we ball.
You're like, there is no broom.
Oh fuck. You just blow your mind. You blow your load sweeping. You blow your mind's load.
If you're on like a 4-month meditation retreat, you can come at any moment. Oh man.
Fuck yeah.
Woo! Alright, we should get more book, dude.
Are we reading a book? Okay,
right.
this is... I'm gonna jump in for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
Pissed me off when Kella started crying.
What a dick.
Because this is where I felt like he was bullshit. He was speaking in the language that she could understand. However, he does cry authentically, at least one single tear on the circumfix.
Yeah.
So maybe he's actually tapping into his water here.
Yeah. I would say so. That's how I'm trying to view it right this moment, is to go back to the like, meaning is not wrapped up in morality. And so like my view of the thing that's happening is not the meaning. So his little tears are just whatever Server experiences.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it helped her a lot,
right? Seeing
that.
And then he's like, "You're his prize."
She hits us back with like a... I was going to say Disney line, but this would never be said in Disney, but just some like, I don't know, real gushy, but also heartfelt. My body is his prize. My heart belongs to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay.
This is cool, I think. How had this all happened? How had she been pried in two? She had endured much. Why this agony now that she loved? But for a moment, she almost felt whole, speaking their secret language, saying tender things. I mean something.
That's nice.
Yeah, felt like that was kind of a breakthrough moment for her. If she's never thought something like that in her whole life, you know?
Yeah.
Or I've heard Mikey at the meditation center talk about their heart breaking open, I think, instead of just heartbreaking.
Right.
And that felt like that to me, where she says it's agony. I mean, also probably has to do with the rapes, but
True.
I'm so sorry. But like, yeah, that she's like feeling the love at the same time too, broken open,
right,
type of thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he cries on the Bible.
Yeah, he does.
The track.
Your book!
Do they say what book he was reading?
I don't know.
I'm guessing the tractate, but I don't know.
Yeah, he says many others have wept over this text.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's the Songs of Protathis.
Yeah.
Dude.
The hymns. The mighty hymns.
Just thinking of this pissed me off, thinking back about how Tyrion got Joffrey that book for his wedding day, and he just fucked it up with the sword. Because that would have taken so long to make.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I love Tyrion, man. I wish Tyrion was in this book. It'd be sick.
He could be the small guy, and Nair could be the big guy.
Yeah. Well, and then they bang.
Yeah.
I would have you come in to me.
Cream Pie Summer is back on.
Yeah. She climaxes in a cry of hatred, which is chill. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, especially when we get it from the Nair angle, I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What did they say right before that? She looked into the dark corner where the Skilvendi lay, knowing that he could see the rapture on her face, on their faces. This is what I was texting you about the other night, about somebody, you just beaming the person that's cucking you.
Yeah.
Just holding the flap open like that much. Or looking at the mirror to get the reflection.
With your little sword.
Yeah.
Your broadsword.
Just like an epic, obviously, I guess misfortune if you're the Nair in this situation, but an epic life moment nonetheless.
Yeah. Nair goes through a lot of life moments. When you're as dramatic as Nair is, every moment can be a life moment.
True. We should catch up on the chat.
Okay.
Manus says, and a commune in the library before the Scarlet Spires attack him reading a book. I'm lost again, but I don't think it's your fault. It's definitely my fault.
Yeah, we forgot what was happening.
Manus says also, besides watching the fish in the prolonged I'm so lost, man. I'm sorry.
I thought maybe in the prologue.
Oh. I was like, wait, fish in a prolonged orgasm? Like, what is coming
prolonged out? Prolonged is cool, though. I like that.
Druid says, Kellis at this point is still capable of feeling emotion. He's still fresh out of Ishual and is in a childlike state.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Prologue. Okay, sorry, I could have read one more sentence. Manus says, the prologue, in Nair raping Serwa, Kellis doesn't experience much emotion.
True.
Manus, did you just quote Protathis? Badly paraphrasing, but, quote, not that we're all drunk at the dance, but there is no dance at all. Right, I think that was from last chapter. That was a commune sphere.
Yeah.
Is it that there's no meaning at all?
I don't know. Maybe that we're alone.
I was going to say, can't dance alone, but that's absolutely not true.
You can. It's hard to be sad and dance at the same time. Same thing with being on a jet ski.
It's a quote, alone together. Wait, what? Being on a jet ski?
Have you ever been sad when you're on a jet ski?
Dude, I've never been on a jet ski.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta live.
I feel like all southern people have, like, boat experiences, and I don't have, like, really any boat experiences.
You gotta get yourself some boating experience.
Like, I don't go to the lake. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I did slow-mo film some jet skis through my binoculars the other day, though. It looks super sick.
That's cool.
Yeah. It pissed me off so much. I was just walking. I was like on a walk with Sam, out in like a nature preserve.
People just ripping it
down the Cumberland.
Yeah.
I was so pissed off. Sam was chill. He was like, "Oh, they're just having their weekend too," and I was like, "Fuck that."
Because he knows he's been on a jet ski before. He knows.
That's true.
Oh.
Okay. Well, how many do you have?
None.
Okay.
You can rent them though. It's not worth it though. You shouldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed that Nair is dressed in only a loincloth here.
I was surprised he had anything on.
That would be cool.
If he was naked?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Either way. Pendulous.
So does he sleep with his undies on? Or does he, like, does he take other stuff on and sleep in his undies? Or does he just never take off his undies?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think he's feeling like he might be airing out his balls for the evening.
Probably.
He might have, like, some assless chaps.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta air them out. Dude, there's, like, not much hygiene going on.
Yeah, I've thought about that.
He does have some cute thoughts about, or he has, like, alright, so the thought of leading the men of the Tuscan to battle stirred something within him. Pride, perhaps. I don't know, it's just cute that he's, like, a little bit stoked. Even though he knows that he's a heathen, even to Nurse Proyas. Which his thought that, when he says even to Nurse Proyas, I get the sense that Nair and Proyas already have, like, a kind of a connection, or a regard for one another, which is nice. But yeah, it says, he would be no general, an advisor on the cunning ways of the Chianine, perhaps, but nothing more. Just more sad boy Nair stuff.
Yeah, this is good though. Holy war, the thought still yanked a snort of breath from his nose, as though all war were not holy.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah. Gilgaol.
Gilgaol, boy.
What will he make of the holy war? Yeah. I mean, I think he's trying to make it down to Moangus.
Trying to make it down to Wangus. Wangus. Yeah, so Nair kind of, it's like a recount almost of some of the stuff that's happened. So he is asking himself, are Kellis's stated intentions true? Or are they, some other shit? And he remembers whenever Kellis dangled him off of a cliff like a little lamb. And basically, I think, resolves that Kellis is telling him the truth, or at least his plan is going the right way.
Right. It can't all be manipulation.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's talking about how Kellis needs to co-opt the Holy War so he can get down to his dad.
Mm-hmm.
He still doesn't know if he's going to kill his dad or if he's going to link up with his dad.
Right.
And, I know this has come up before. I can't remember what he was thinking, or if he's open to both possibilities. Kellis, yeah. Because I know he was sent out to kill his dad because he was polluting their environs with his dream messages.
Right. But I feel like surely by the time Kellis gets there, it's like, does he give a shit about does he give a shit about Ishua or the Dunyan as a cohort?
And don't call me Shirley. I don't think he cared since the moment he stepped out of the cave.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I felt like he was just
he's
okay.
just down for an adventure.
Yeah. Hero's journey, kinda.
Yeah.
Staring at a twig. Look how far he's come.
So far.
The Aryan nation. No, what's it called? Master race, motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, no. Rough.
But apparently, doesn't even say he's handsome. He must be extremely handsome and
Kellis?
chiseled, right?
Yeah, I think so. He looks like Brad Pitt Jesus in my brain.
Nice.
Long-haired Brad Pitt Jesus.
Okay, I can live with that.
What's the hottest guy? The hottest dude? In the world?
It's funny. I was trying to figure out who the hottest blonde woman in the world was because of, it talks about Sarway's perfect face and stuff like that. But I could only think of 3 actresses. I was just my brain doesn't have this kind of information.
Yeah, it is hard.
I don't know who the hottest guy in the world is because I think the guys that I think are hot might not be totally the normal. What do they call them? What does Esmond call them? Tree men or
Yeah.
something?
Thick trunks or something.
Yeah, the thick boys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say you could throw Jason Momoa in there.
Ooh,
Probably.
Yeah, he's a thickie.
He's a thickie. He's got cool, like, scars.
Mm-hmm.
He got a glass bottle smashed in his face in a fight. That's why he has, like, a scar on his
Really?
eyebrow. Yeah.
That's cool.
IRL.
IRL. I think muscle tree is who it says. He's a
Thank you.
total muscle tree. I think, have you seen Ted Lasso?
I haven't.
There's a really hot guy in that. The grumpy guy. I would date him. I would, yeah.
I know we've discussed this before, but that Timothy Chalamet is submissive and breathable.
Yeah, dude. He's a real hottie without a body. I love him, dude. He's also hot, in my opinion. Hermbro says Kellis is more jacked than Brad Pitt Jesus.
Mm.
And yeah, it does mention how tall and wide his back is. So you know.
He's got a wide back.
Oh, yeah. And then Madness says we're the hottest guys.
Oh, thank you.
And that he likes to be climbed. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. That's cool. You get clumbed.
I climbed, he climbed, we clumbed.
Oi.
So we'll be Googling hottest people after this. Well,
Right.
he'll be taking care of my baby, and I'll be struggling to put a goose in a coop, and then
Oh, yeah, man.
staring at internet porn for research purposes.
Mm-hmm. Nair lips curls involuntarily. A pounding rush in his chest. She's my prize. He cried voicelessly. Dude, so pitiful.
Everyone's going through a dark night of the soul in this.
I know. The Dunier looks at him, eyes shining.
Somehow he heard.
Oh, somehow he heard. And then he lets the flap shut. Golden light into blackness. Desolate blackness. My prize. Oh.
That's an epic, like, obviously he didn't do much action in this last chapter besides opening the flap and letting it close.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it's written and his just internal agony is like a pretty epic way to go out.
Pretty epic.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You want to move on to Akamian?
Yeah.
Akamian, what stuck out to me is that he basically realized that he is the perpetual... He's made himself into be a perpetual victim.
Yeah.
Or what's it called? Willing victim? Something like that.
Yeah.
There's some other term I can't remember. But, I'm just blanked out. Jump in.
That's all right. I don't even really know. All I took hold of... Well, one, I mean, as far as context goes, the Kamian is just kind of thinking about his walk back from the Imperial Precinct, and he sees Zynemus at the cute little fire, and he thinks that... Or he says, Zynemus waited for Akamian to come home, and then home is kind of in italics. And he has some tears, and they brim. He'd never had a home, a place that he could call mine. No refuge, no sanctuary for a man such as he. Only friends scattered here and there, who for some unaccountable reason loved him and worried about him. Very sweet. I feel like Baker's getting real, like, just squishy in this chapter, which I appreciate.
Yeah, there's some tenderness and loving tenderness that is, not really what a lot of the series has.
Kiss from a rose on the grave.
Dude, I love that song.
Akamian be crying on his parchments.
Oh, damn, he's ruining his shit too.
I know, everybody's getting cried on. It's cool.
He finishes his crazy person crime board.
Yeah, his crime map.
He
We forgot to put pictures up. I'll put
wets his quill. Oh, you gotta put up the picture of you as a first timer.
I don't know if you sent it.
I sent it to the young
Jack
salmon.
Salmon? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sick. Keep going. Sorry, I interrupted.
You're good. I got a picture of Brian that, oh, that's the wrong thing.
Should.
Did I forget to send it?
Maybe. Oh well.
Fuck.
It's alright.
Um,
There's a picture of me reading... What book was it?
Darkness.
Reading this book, like, for the first time in 2020. It's funny.
When he was so young and fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, Amanda says, the second apocalypse is here. It has already begun. It's real. Here it is. Yeah. I mean, he finishes his little puzzle thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2022 feels very long ago. Weird.
It's two whole years.
Oh.
I'm still tripping about this phrase. I can't remember. Whatever. Time is long sometimes. Also short sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Says, after 300 years, he, Drusus Akamian, had rediscovered the consult. After 2,000 years, he, Drusus Akamian, had witnessed the return of an Enesarimber, Enanganke. Enanke? Huh?
Inagki?
Anadki.
I don't
the
know.
whore of fate had chosen him for these burdens. It wasn't his place to ask why, nor could such questions relieve him of his burden. True.
Yeah, that's where I thought he, like, broke out of his victim mentality.
Yeah.
Where, obviously, we harsh on him for having a pity party every time we go to his perspective, but he also is burdened with the dreams, like, and that sucks, but, like, regardless of whether that's painful or not, which, like, whatever, he had, it goes on, he had to act, choose his moment, and overwhelm. He just accepts his place now, maybe finally. Like, he's not going to be happy about it, of course.
Yeah.
But I think he, like, becomes an active, like, he becomes more of an active person, like a protagonist, rather than he was sort of, other people were leading him around, and he was begrudgingly doing shit earlier in the book, and now I feel like he's grabbing his life by the balls a little bit more.
I agree with that.
He was Drusus Akamian. His song could char legions, tear the earth asunder, plucking dragons shrieking from the sky.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
The plucking dragons is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
While we talk, I'm going to pull up a picture of the guy from Ted Lasso.
Oh,
I want to look at him. Ted Lasso, hot guy. Come on, go, dude. He continues to scrutinize his parchments. This is my guy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's pretty hot. His beard lines are so sharp.
This one. Oh. Okay.
Is it the same guy that's in the pool?
I'm a boomer. No, I think it's a different guy.
Different hot guy.
Yeah.
Druid says, he kind of overcomes his self-doubt, but Kellis brings...
7 out of 10. Damn! Harsh!
He's not my favorite either, to be honest, but I can recognize that he's definitely handsome.
Yeah.
I'm just not trying to yuck your
No,
yum.
no. It's all good, dude.
Druid keeps it real.
Yeah, he does.
Druid says, of a commune, he kind of overcomes his self-doubt, but Kellis brings all of that shit back up in order to manipulate him into not telling the mandate about him.
Yeah, true. I guess that... Yeah, that's a very good point.
I kind of forgot that... I mean, I think it mentions it many times, but I kind of forgot that he doesn't tell the mandate about Kellis at first. Well, I started reading the Warrior Prophet again, and he calls him... Dream calls him up and is like...
Everything's all good here.
Consult's back, but... And then they're like, but what? And he's like, oh, nothing.
Yeah. Oh, shit's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I've never had to make a serious decision in my life, so...
No. Yeah, I mean, what do you feel like needs to be said about his little part here? It's kind of like recounting some of the stuff, linking things. What's your takeaway from his part?
I feel like everyone's part in this is sort of a summation of their journeys throughout this book.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a little like wrap up for each person because I didn't feel like this book had a super strong ending point.
Mm-hmm.
Like was previously said by someone in a chat that the first 3 books are one book, like one story.
They could eat like this is a prologue to the prologue's prologue.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally thought that about I didn't get prologue septed as much, but
whoa.
That
the reishi.
Like oh yeah, dude. When that cheese hit. Yeah, like obviously a shit ton of setup happens here, but they haven't taken like one step on the journey really in this whole book, like as far as the war goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I know the first time I read it I was kind of disappointed where it got to the end and I was like didn't feel any resolution.
Yeah.
But that's sort of the point. Also, you can't make like a 1,500 page book as your first published novel or something either.
Right, yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, that's funny. I was talking to Patricia earlier and I was telling her about the finale and she was like, oh, is it a big cliffhanger? And I was like, no. It's just like the easiest no ever. Like, not interesting. I was like, no, it's actually really boring.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, to describe or later explain that it is like I think what's happening or somebody said in chat kicks it off. It's like here they go.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a lot of chat going on.
Well, Salt King says, I consider this first trilogy the best prologue to the best series, which, yeah, like, once you read the second 4 books, the first 3, like, the scope obviously pales in comparison of the Holy War. You look at the map, we march like an inch.
Yeah.
And then the Great Ordeal, the scope of the journey and the story and everything, it is like, we're like, now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Druid says, throwing the number sticks when apocalypse is the wager would make anyone hesitate. Yes. True. Amanda says, a commune's map is the thoroughfare of PON.
Prince of Nothing.
Prince of Nothing, yeah.
And Druid says that a commune's conspiracy map was one of his favorite little details.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I just always picture the Charlie from It's Always Sunny fucking meme, the Pepe Silvio thing.
Yeah. And then Madness says, Druid, are you in the Discord or anyone? Druid says, yeah. Madness says, K. Okay, cool. Let me know if anyone needs the Discord link. Now, Madness's favorite quote, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with peanut Earl.
Hermbro says, I mean, if I read it on release, I don't know how stoked I'd be to read the next one. The Warrior Prophet is probably my fave, though.
Yeah.
And Druid concurs.
I was stoked. But I had...
At the end of this one?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was like, this is the best book I've ever read. And then I think I liked The Warrior Prophet more. But Thousandfold Thought, like, I was kind of gassed out on it. Like, I think I remember telling you, like, I was so annoyed with Baker's writing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just, like, sick of it, but...
I remember you asked me if when it gets exciting.
Yeah. I was like, when is anything going to happen?
It's hard, too, though. He's got some moments in that, I think, that are kind of like in Dune, where Frank Herbert just, like, pays 2 sentences to each epic battle.
Yeah.
You know, and it's more about, like, building the internal worlds and philosophy stuff. But
Totally. I love it. I mean, I obviously fucking... sexy about it. Akami does some more like self-reflection, confidence boosting stuff. He thinks during like he's kind of stressing out about Anastar Kellis. He says another apocalypse. It's happening. It's here. It's already begun. And he says, "Breathe in," or he thinks to himself, "Breathe in. Now exhale slowly. You're a match for this, Akka. You must be a match for this." But what's so sweet about that is that is like, I mean, maybe this is obvious and I'm just a dingus, but it's totally like Esme's voice in his mind,
mm-hmm.
just being sweet to him.
Oh, yeah.
Because he says aka, you know?
Right.
Or could be some other whatever.
I think it makes sense as Esme's voice, though, because he's called himself his whole name like 5 times right before this.
And then he's like, you can do it, aka.
No, that's really sweet. I'm glad you pointed that out.
And then later he does say Esme.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh shit, Esme is involved in this.
Yeah.
Basically.
It takes his like his own internal pump up speech takes a turn for the worse at the end, where he realizes that since the skin spies have been following him, he's probably fucked over the people that he loves.
Right.
Which is nice that it's only like he only loves like 4 people.
True.
Except for, I guess that's a big percentage of people that get taken out pretty fast.
True. Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
Madness says, small note, Bakker smoked still during writing The Warrior Prophet. Wrote it in a year after having written The Darkness That Comes Before, 15 years, and then quit smoking before Thousandfold Thought. Interesting. Should have never quit smoking. It's a terrible idea.
Druid said, the last battle of the Thousandfold Thought is epic in scope, but some of the perspective shifts made it hard to follow. The first time reading, the conversation between Kellis and Moengus flew over my head because I was focused on the carnage of Shaima.
Yeah.
I think I had the opposite, where I was like, well, it's kind of the same. I was super confused. The only thing I knew that was going on was the conversation.
Yeah. Totally. I used to work at Promises in the office.
Yeah.
It was like kind of a bullpen thing, and I would work until midnight, so I was the only one in the office, and I would run laps around the thing like a psychopath. And I was listening to it, and I was like, I have no idea what's happening. It was really hard to listen to. I don't think I read it. Like, I don't know. I'm looking forward to reading it again, obviously, because I'll know a little bit more about what's going on. But yeah, Hermbro suggests that he might have been smoking hella big fat bong rips. But then Madness says cigs. Cigarettes are way cooler than weed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing that now that weed is becoming legal, it's less cool.
Yeah.
Well, cigarettes are legal and they're... I don't know. I just destroyed my own argument.
Whatever.
But someone that smokes that was cool was that dude I saw that was driving a car with a mustache. Old dude, fully white mustache. He was driving with both hands, smoking with just his mouth.
Just smoking.
Yeah.
I'm a guy and I'm smoking in a car. Yeah, it's fun. I prefer dipping. Honestly.
That's a southern thing too, where moving down here everybody, or maybe it just wasn't me, but yeah, you guys tell me about your first dips and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was never a thing.
First dip when it was smoking cigarettes for me and
smoking heroin.
The West, yeah. Getting some tinfoil.
Yeah.
Madness says that he was like Stephen King levels of cigarettes until after The Warrior Prophet. Stephen King was definitely going hard on some other stuff at certain points. Yeah. I read Stephen King's book on writing called On Writing.
Oh.
I believe it's called On Writing. And he talks, it's like part biography and part like instruction manual. That's pretty interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. But he doesn't remember writing certain books. Like, I can't remember. It might be Cujo or Pet Sematary, but I might be pulling that out of my ass. But yeah, when he was like the worst of his addiction, he said he doesn't remember writing at least one book that he got published. He doesn't remember.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, Madness says, I forgot my bestsellers. What was he? Is he like in recovery or something? Or he used to use drugs or some shit?
Oh yeah, he was an alcoholic and he did a lot of cocaine.
Okay. That's cool.
And yeah, he got clean and sober a while ago. He also then got like 10 years sober, got ran over by a van when he was like walking down the highway.
What?
Because he lives in the boonies in Maine, I think, and he was super fucked up, so he was in the hospital, and it's whatever, it's bad to speculate, but he's also ultra famous, so I don't think it matters much, but there's a possibility he fell off the wagon because of all the pain meds he's getting jumped up on, but you kind of need them. I'm not saying that counts as a relapse, I'm just saying, I don't know if he kept doing drugs again and came back. I don't know why I'm saying any of this, but
dude,
he's clean and sober.
Get you, man.
Yeah.
Got sober and then his writing fucking nosedived. I believe it, man.
Dude, there's definitely some bands like that too that I don't have any examples on top of my head, but it's like, damn, I kind of wish you were still doing drugs.
Well, fucking Neem from Bakker. Now he's like a vegan yoga addict.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Dude, he got sponsored by Lululemon. But he got kicked off because he posted a video of him cooking salmon, and he was cooking it with the skin side up. He was like grilling the part that you don't grill, and people roasted him so hard on it that he told some kid to kill himself.
Oh god.
They kicked him off of Lululemon.
Oh man.
Pro skateboarding. He's doing fine.
That's good. Then wrote himself in that incident into the Dark Tower series. Did he really?
Is it the writing the book, not remember writing the book, or getting run over? Because I haven't read the Dark Tower.
Dark Tower series is weird. I don't know.
Have you read The Stand?
Yes, fucking love The Stand.
Okay.
Though I don't love the 400 pages in the middle.
I haven't read it because it's 1,100 pages.
It's good.
And I didn't know if I was willing to invest my time in that.
You should. It's fucking awesome.
Okay.
Have you read any of it?
No. I've read some of his other books, but no, I haven't read The Stand.
Tom Cullen.
Is it about someone standing?
Mm-hmm. The Stand is so good.
So I read The Long Walk, and that's literally about a long walk.
Yeah. Did he write that?
Yeah. Well, Richard Bachman.
Oh.
That was his pen name because he was writing too many books.
Somebody stop this man! Oh, him being run over. Okay. And it had the potential to be so good. Tommy Knockers is my favorite, or one of.
Sounds like boobs, to be honest.
Tommy Knockers. I've never read Tommy Knockers. Man, I read so much Stephen King when I was a kid. It was my favorite shit. But yeah, The Stand is good. MOON, that stands for Tom Cullen. The Trash Can Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Tom Collins is a drink.
Tom Cullen?
Oh. Is that Edward Cullen's dad?
I don't know.
Do you know who I'm talking about? Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah.
From the vampire movie is what it's called. Twilight.
We love Robert Pattinson. Let's get him.
We stan Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I think he's way hotter than grumpy Ted Lasso man.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Don't you think?
Which one here? Not that one. That one's terrible.
Just do the first one.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like having some stubble is a requirement for modern handsomeness.
Oh, doesn't get any bigger.
He's notorious for having a tiny head, so...
What just happened, dude? Now I'm a boomer, now that I had a fucking kid. Okay, what else happens in this book?
So you asked me what you thought Akamian went through or something?
Yeah.
What you thought, what I made of his internal journey, I think, and I think, we have said, that he discovers his confidence, but also realizes, the consequences of his actions.
Yeah.
Or the potential danger he's put people in. Mm-hmm. Which I feel bad about, because it's not his fault.
Right.
Nobody could have foresaw that alien, hybrid robots could, bio-robot creatures with spider faces could exist.
Yeah. You never would have guessed that.
I wouldn't have.
Mm-mm.
It was like what they said in the beginning. It was something that was inconceivable. I don't remember.
What about the pleasure galleys?
Oh, it exceeded the frame of his comprehension. Pleasure galleys.
Lashed together.
I don't remember this.
It's just the next part after Akamion's shindig.
So what's the difference between a galley and a cog?
I don't know, man.
That sounds like a bad joke.
We get some awesome names.
Oh, they're cruising down the river?
Yeah.
Looking at the cock?
Right.
Okay. Hit us with the cool names.
We got, Kineta, the House of the Congregate, and Priestly Nahat, Men of the House Guanum, House Daskas, House Ligeris. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I really had House Byaxi, the traditional rival of House Ikuri. What else we have? Trimus, Calcareus, Kercharius, House Trimus. Yeah, pretty cool.
That's a good bundle.
Yeah.
It says that
Bowels rang.
damn, dude. There's a few just little phrases in this last chapter that I think he fucking killed on. Like shadowy bog or something like that. Fuck. Should have highlighted it, didn't do it this time. They go through some weird Janan stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
How it's Jananic to break Janan if you're the right person.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of makes sense.
That's cool. Yeah.
You gotta have earned the station of being able to break the rules in a way.
Right.
It's kind of like, I know you haven't watched Hot D, but Daemon Targaryen is like the bad boy.
Oh.
And he's not really super accepted being bad, but he gets away with it for sure.
Yeah.
Hot D is popping off too.
I bet. I restarted Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
As you broke bad?
Mm-hmm. Dude, Breaking Bad is oppressively bleak. It is very hard to watch.
The thing that hurt me the most was when Jesse's girlfriend that I was in love with dies.
Ugh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was really bad for me.
Yeah. Mattis says the Holy War has started and all these elites are like, thank the 100 the barbarians and vagabonds left our city. Yeah, they're like, the stink cloud is gone.
Yeah.
The cess piles.
Yeah, the cesspits festered.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sentence he just writes, flies. The land had broken beneath the weight of the Holy War. The groves were dead. Cesspits festered. Flies.
Flies. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. The great names had called the Emperor's bluff, and although Icurius Arius had threatened not to march for the Holy War, he had in the end conceded defeat and sent Confus with them. So, there they go. Confus is going with them.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, he wants some glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The gods detested nothing so much as arrogance, later said. That's kind of fucking random, but I was curious about that. That was out of context. Let me figure out what was going on.
Well, if I may.
You may.
So, I skipped back and read this paragraph 5 times. Well, listened to it 5 times definitely literally 5 times in a row. Driving around today because I kept not figuring out who they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't specifically say, but it's what is it? Men rejoiced? Or it just says most. Most had spent their pestilence months of spring and summer at their provincial estates and had seen little of the men of the Tusk. So, I mean, I think he's talking about the imperial elite. But I just kept thinking talks about these people and who are these people they're fucking talking about? Ultimately, it doesn't really matter, but I was perhaps their considerations were deeper of whose considerations? They grew rich emptying their granaries, again, whose, but yeah, it's the people that rule the city.
Mm-hmm.
The people that seem to definitely be on the Compass and Zarias' side.
Right.
Like, they actually agree with taking back their ancestral lands.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I thought that even though they're not a real devout kingdom, or at least the people in charge aren't devout, like Zarias thinks he's a god on earth, and then even says Compass, a man like a god, a true child of the people of the old blood, that even they will burn offerings when the famines end, because the gods detested nothing so much as arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just like, again, I've said before, but I didn't think the gods were real things in this universe the first time I read it. And there's just like a lot more references and worship of the gods on further rereads. And I think some more sort of showing that they're real in a way.
Yeah.
Because the most arrogant dude gets like murdered by his mom with a huge dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which doesn't seem the way to go.
No. Depending, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, and should I blast out this last paragraph?
Yeah, please do.
Well, in the last paragraph, or the last sentence of the previous paragraph is, "The world was painted glass. Shadows of ancient, unimaginable power shifted beneath." That's a pretty chronic sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Should I read the last paragraph, or it's like such a holy sacrament? This is the finale.
I think you should send it.
Alright. So, it says, "Somewhere distant, the Holy War traveled the roads between ancient capitals, a great migration of sturdy men and sudden glittering arms. Even now, some claim they could hear its horns faint through laughing voices and the stationary sea, the way the peal of trumpets might linger in ringing ears. Others paused and listened, and though they heard nothing, they shivered and rationed their words with care. If glory's witness moved men to awe, glory's asserted, but not seen, moved them to piety and judgment." Hell yeah! I've never done anything for 19 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I let your wife raise my child for 19 weeks.
Yeah.
Gestationally.
Right.
That was hard for me. Thanks everyone for being here with us on this literary journey and fucking podcast learning experience journey.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of, you've done a lot.
Thanks.
Behind the scenes podcastery.
I've done a lot of replacing links that I fucked up.
The amount of times somebody comments on the YouTube, "Hey man, your link's broken."
I'm glad to know, but I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Oh. And Herm says, "Sweet Sejanus, bless you both. May thy thighness be ever arched and pendulous." Of course, of course. Strength on the journey. Thank you. Druid says, "We ride for Shima now, brothers. The ride to hell is just the beginning." Thank you. It's been a blast. Season 2. Golgothroth awaits. We'll always have the wing jobs. Yes. Wheel. Yes. But yeah, I mean, we're taking a break, but by no means, I don't think we're closing the door on anything at all. I think
we should not shut the door on the past, but leave it open to haunt us for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. We do not wish to shut the door on the past, but to make a something. I don't know.
I always hated that.
Yeah,
I was like, no.
Oh. Do you have like a ballpark, Hermbro says?
About coming back?
I have no idea.
No, not really, but I want to do, of course we haven't talked about it, but I want to do a special episode within the next 2 months for sure.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll continue to like just stay connected via Discord and stuff, and stay active on the Reddit.
I appreciate your interest though. That's very encouraging.
I know, yeah, it's fun that y'all hang out. It's kind of alarming.
I meant in these special episodes I keep talking about, I'm thinking of like things that are short that you don't have to participate in if you don't want to. It's not like I'm signing you up for shit right now.
Yeah, no, okay. You're good.
Just wanted to be out there.
I think we can. Madness Says Boys, we can do one with the three of us in terms of special episodes. That's what I was thinking. I was like, we can kind of talk about, like, it doesn't, I'm not like the only person in the world. Like, we could like figure out some things. I don't know. Am I making sense?
Some things and stuff?
We could figure out some things and stuff.
You're the only one for me, though.
Yeah. But it'd be cool if we could do an episode with Madness. Who says you are not making sense? That's fine. Yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah. I'm a boomer with the technology, too, but it would be dope to have a quorum.
Yeah, we could totally have a quorum.
Oh, dude. I figured out what a group of Spins... A group of skin spies is called.
Oh, what is it?
A squad. Oh. It has to be, right?
I don't know.
A squad of skin spies?
That sounds right.
It just tumbles out of your mouth.
It just flows right on out of there.
No, he doesn't say that, but that was like a shower thought. It was like, a squad of skin spies sounds pretty good.
It does sound good.
Mm-hmm.
What about a flock?
Yeah.
A horde. I think a group of Datsuns should be called a horde.
We should recreate the Great Ordeal, but with Datsuns for Shrank. And then what for Bashrag?
Golden Retrievers.
And then Racco is definitely geese.
Oh, big time. Yeah, you have a really intimate relationship with geese these days. Yeah, Druid says an orgy of skin spies.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm house sitting at a country house that has a goose that I have to put in a coop, and his name's Gary, and he's a fucking bastard.
Gary the goose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely made my week more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Praise the meat.
Praise the meat. Thank y'all. What fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we made a fuck ton of stickers. Email me at secondapoDcalypse@gmail.com. No, the second, just fuck. secondapoDcalypse@gmail.com. And yeah, we made 250, and we're gonna try to sell them for like $1 a piece, but we still have 242. Just yeah, email me, send your addresses, I can get some out to you guys.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, no harshness to the people that have given us money for them too. I'll send you more.
Madness,
I don't care.
Madness says link it. Let's see, how do we link it? How do we link it?
I don't know.
Can you make a Reddit post?
Can you type in what the thing is? Oh yeah, I did make a Reddit post.
I'll link the Reddit post. I bet it's still like relatively... This is so awesome. Let's see. La la la.
Yeah, they're the gold skateboard logo.
This thing's so cool.
Yeah, whoever's been doing the AI art
that
generations is epic.
Shit's dope. Okay,
there
here we
is.
go. Alright, here's a link to the Reddit post that has like all the... Oh, that was you, Druid?
Sick.
No fucking way.
It's funny,
dude. Good job. Oh, here we go, dude. There you go, dude.
Oh yeah.
I used to have like bunch of push-ups and stuff that you could redeem, but it got way out of hand.
You're getting too strong. Please quit praying for me. I've gotten too strong.
All right, y'all.
Peace. Thank you.
Have a good night. See ya.